people. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to memorize all of your major key signatures, which is going to help you sight read faster and learn your pieces on a much deeper level. We're going to do this all in just 3 simple steps. There's a free PDF that goes along with this video that will help you memorize all of these key signatures. And at the very end of this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. So make sure to stick around. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ashley. Welcome to Ashley on Muisc Studio. You are going to learn how to practice smarter, not harder. Let's dive in. The first step to memorizing all the major key signatures is to memorize the order of sharps and flats. A lot of people don't realize this, but when you are looking at key signatures that appear at the very beginning of a piece of music by the time signature, the sharps or the flats are always going to appear in the exact same order. And memorizing that order ensures that you don't have to look at those sharps or look at those flats and try to figure out what they are every single time. Because if you know the order of sharps or the order of flats, you can just look at how many sharps there are or how many flats there are and know exactly what they are. In other words, it saves you a ton of time. Now, the order of sharps is F, C, G, D, A, E, B. So you know that whenever you see 1 sharp, it's F. 2 sharps, F and C. 3 sharps, F, C, G. 4 sharps, F, C, G, D. 5 sharps, F, C, G, D, A. And then E, and then B. An easy way to remember the order of sharps is fat cats go down alleys eating birds. This is the original saying that my piano teacher taught me so many years ago when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And it's my favorite one. I've heard many others. You can Google, there are tons of them, but that is my favorite one. One of the other popular ones is Father Charles goes down and ends battle, but that one doesn't flow off the tongue as easily to me as fat cats go down alleys eating birds. The order of flats is the order of sharps, but backwards. So whenever you see flats, you know that it is B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Now the way that I remember the order of flats isn't like the most memorable, but it's bead. So B-E-A-D spells the word bead, and then good corn flakes for the last 3. Now, if you like the Father Charles goes down and end battle, you can reverse that and say battle ends and down goes Charles' father, something like that. You can put that in reverse order and it works for the order of flats, but I prefer bead, good cornflakes. Step 2 is to memorize the formula that you can use to figure out all of the key signatures with sharps and all of the key signatures with flats. Let's start with sharps. So what you're going to do with the sharp key signatures is you are going to take the last sharp that appears and take the letter name of that sharp and go up a half step. So let me show you what I mean. Let's say that you have a key signature that has 1 sharp. Because you memorized the order of sharps, you know that this 1 sharp is an F. And so on the piano, you can play an F sharp and go up a half step. If you go up a half step from F sharp, you're going to land on G. And so when we have 1 sharp that is an F sharp in the key signature, if it's a major key, it's the key of G major. Okay, if there are 2 sharps, you know that it's F and C sharp. So we're going to take that last sharp, which is a C. We're going to go up a half step from C sharp, which is D. So if you have 2 sharps, you're in the key of D major. If the key signature has 3 sharps, because you memorized your order of sharps, you know that it's F, C, and G. So the last sharp is a G sharp. If you look at the piano and play a G sharp and go up a half step, you're in the key of A major. Okay, with 4 sharps, it's F, C, G, and D. The last sharp is a D. So on the piano, you'll play a D sharp, and when you go up, it's E. So you are in the key of E major. With 5 sharps, it's F, C, G, D, A. And so that last sharp is an A sharp. When you go up a half step, it's the key of B major. When you have 6 sharps, it's F, C, G, D, A, E. E is your last sharp. Now, when you go on the piano to play an E sharp, it's a little bit tricky because you're actually going to be playing an F, but it's called an E sharp. And so when you go up a half step from an E sharp, you are on F sharp. So when there are 6 sharps, it's in the key of F sharp major. And lastly, when you have all 7 sharps, it's F, C, G, D, A, E, B. The last sharp is a B sharp And this is still a little bit tricky because a B sharp looks like a C on the piano, okay? And so when you go up a half step from a B sharp, you actually end up on a C sharp. So when you have all 7 sharps in a key signature, you are in the key of C sharp major, as long as your key signature is in fact major. I'm going to show you exactly how the formula for flats works as well. But before I do that, if you're finding this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment below and let me know what is helpful about it, and copy the link and share it with a friend or a group of adult piano players so that they also can memorize their major key signatures with ease. All right, let's look at the flats. So the rule for flats is that you are going to go to the second to last flat, and that is the name of your key signature. Now the exception is when you have one flat. When there's one flat, it's a B flat, and you just have to remember that one flat is the key of F major because the formula doesn't work for one flat, but it will work for the rest of them. When you have 2 flats, because you memorized your formula, you know that they are B and E flat. So you're going to cover up that last flat. The second to last flat is the name of your key signature. So this is the key of B flat major. And the reason that it's B flat major is because the B is flat, right? The B flat is actually in the key signature, and that's going to be the case with all of the flat key signatures except for F major. When there are 3 flats, it's B, E, and A flat. So the second to last flat is E flat. So when you have 3 flats, it's the key of E flat major. Now the great thing about the flat rule is you don't even have to look at the piano to do this one. You can just look at the key signature and figure it out. When you have 4 flats, the flats are B, E, A, and D flat. So you're going to cover up that D flat, that's the last flat. Look at the second to last flat, which is A flat. This is the key of A flat major with 4 flats. 5 flats is B, E, A, D, G. That last flat is G. You're going to cover that one up. The second to last flat is D flat. So when there are 5 flats, you are in the key of D flat major. When you have 6 flats, it's B, E, A, D, G, and C. You're going to cover up that last flat, which is the C flat. You're going to go to the second to last flat, which is G flat. So when there are 6 flats, you are in the key of G flat major. And lastly, when you have all 7 flats, you know that they are B, E, A, D, G, C, F. You're going to cover up the F because that's the last one. Go to the second to last one, which is C flat. So when there are 7 flats, it is the key of C flat major. And one thing that I want you to know that's going to be very helpful for you when you are setting out to memorize all of these key signatures is to note that C is an all or nothing key. And what I mean by that is the key of C major has no sharps, no flats. So nothing, all or nothing key. The key of C sharp major has all the sharps, okay? So all 7 sharps. And the key of C flat major has all 7 flats. So that's why I say that C is an all or nothing key, because it either has no sharps and flats when you get your regular C major, or all sharps is C sharp major, all flats is C flat major. The third step to memorizing all of your key signatures is to practice them. There's a few different ways that you can do this, and one of the easiest ways to do this is to just find all of the key signatures in one of your piano books. So open up a simple adult piano book and look at the key signatures, go through all of the pieces, and see if you can figure out what those key signatures are. And then my other favorite way to practice memorizing key signatures that works regardless of age, regardless of skill level, is to use flashcards to memorize them. That's what I was holding up here, just giant enlarged versions of flashcards. Flashcards are amazing because you can start with 1 or 2 per practice session, and within a couple of weeks, you are going to have all of the major key signatures very solidly memorized. If you want to buy a set of flashcards, my favorite is the Alfred flashcards. I will link those in the description below, but also your free PDF that goes along with this video is a set of flashcards. So if you want a free set of flashcards, go ahead and check out the description of this video where you're going to find a link where you're going to enter some info and download free key signature flashcards that you can practice right now. There are directions in that set of flashcards on exactly how to practice them, how to make the most of them, and with just a minute or 2 each day, I promise you, you will have them memorized within a week or 2, and it's going to be so much easier for you to recognize patterns in your music. Now, key signatures are only one example of a very common musical pattern, and if you want to learn all about musical patterns and how memorizing them can really expedite the process of learning pieces and also help you level up your sight reading skills, you're going to want to make sure to check out this free sight reading workshop that I taught several months ago called Speed Reader. I'm going to link that on the end screen, and I'm also going to link to a video that shows you exactly how to memorize all of the major scales, which is a great next step in helping you take the information that you learn about key signatures and actually apply it to the piano and play that information so it really gets into your fingers. You can check out that free sight reading workshop and that other video about major scales right here on the end screen. Happy practicing.